Hey everybody, just here to tell you about a really good strategy for you to invest in the marijuana industry in Canada. As you may or may not know, there's a company called Horizons. They make ETFs, exchange traded funds, and they recently released a marijuana life sciences index fund, and its ticker is HMMJ, and it trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange. And for those who do not know what an ETF is, it's kind of like a mutual fund. It doesn't have the high management fees that mutual funds have. Now this particular one has a 0.75 management fee, but the other advantage of it is that there's some brokerages out there, discount brokerage houses that let you trade ETFs free of charge. Now some of them we'll just have a select amount of ETFs that you can trade for free. So you get the benefit of a stock in the sense that you're not paying the management fees of a mutual fund, but you get the advantages of having it managed. So you have a full portfolio of stocks within this ETF, again without any sort of high MERs or anything like that. So anyways, there's two companies in particular that, like two particular brokerage houses in Canada that let you trade free of charge. Now, one of them is called Quest Trade. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but they're kind of an independent, and you can open an account online. You just have to send in your driver's license and so on and so forth, and you can trade this marijuana ETF free of charge. The only time you do have to pay is when you sell. But if your strategy is just to keep accumulating, this is a perfect strategy, because if you go to something like one of the big banks or something like that, they charge you around $30, depending on how big your account is. If you have over $50,000, it's usually $10 a trade. But if you have less than $50,000, they'll usually charge you about $30, 25, $30, somewhere around there. But with Quest Trade, you get to trade it free, or you can go to National Bank. You can trade this marijuana ETF for free, this Horizon ETF. Now, if you look at the ETF itself from Horizon, if you look at the top holdings, it's Canopy, Aurora, Afria. They have Organigram in there, so on and so forth. And also has like Scott's Miracle-Gro, because they're going to be benefiting from, the fertilizer that these things are growing from. So it has basically a portfolio of companies that are going to benefit from the marijuana industry. And it also has some American exposure. I think this GW Pharmaceuticals is from the States. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. So again, this is a fairly new thing. I think it came out in April. And again, the ticker's HMMJ. It's right there. So if you want to trade this thing, like especially if you just want to accumulate it. So say for instance, you want to put in like $100 a paycheck. Like a lot of people talk big about, wheeling and dealing millions of dollars or whatever. But let's face it, most of us, you're lucky if you can put $100 a paycheck into this. So, or whatever it is you can afford. You can put $500. I don't know what it is you can put in. But if you're putting in, $100 or a couple $100 or whatever a paycheck, this is perfect because you can keep loading up on it free of charge. Whereas before, like I said, if you were to get a stock, like let's say the stock was trading at $4 and you're able to get like 25 shares, well, you'd have to pay $30 in commissions just to buy it. But with this, it's trading currently, the ETF is trading at $9.14, so you could get like 10 shares or something like that, and it doesn't cost you anything as far as commission. So just keep buying it periodically so you can dollar cost average it, because we have until next July, when apparently the Liberal government's supposed to legalize it. So you have a full year to accumulate this thing, and you have like the biggest, again, the best holdings: Canopy, Aurora, Afria, Organigram. Those are like the biggest ones in Canada. So, this is just something to think about. And they're comparing it to the North American Medical Marijuana Index, so you can see how that compares to it. Because you always want to make sure that your stock or your ETF or whatever is comparable to the index. So it gives you all that information. Here it's just loading up right now. But again, you want to be able to have a stock or an ETF that's, you know, something you can build upon without incurring a lot of money. And this, I'm telling you right now, this is probably your best bet for you to take advantage of this industry. So again, go to Questrade or National Bank, and you can trade these free of charge. And you can go check at your own bank, like say you go to Royal Bank or you go to TD or you go to CIBC or Scotia, whatever. You can't trade these for free at those brokerage houses. I've already called them. But these two particular brokerage houses, National Bank and Questrade, you can trade them free of charge to buy. And if you're planning on, you know, doing a buy and hold strategy, this is perfect. So anyways, I just wanted to give everybody a heads up about this particular thing. And, you know, if you have any questions or concerns, just give me, you know, shoot me a comment and I'll look into it for you. Okay, thank you.